Hello and very happy 2026 to all my viewers, and today we're going to be concentrating on the Lone Star Roadmasters corvair, and it's quite a nice little vehicle. This one was donated to the channel by Tony Hughes, who I used to know through the DMC, and I got that in a Mustang, I think it was. Anyway, Lone Star was a company that in the 50s, maybe a bit before, made guns for when going to the cinema on a Saturday morning and watching cowboy films, then coming out and reenacting them. As kids, by the way, not adults. That'd just be... Anyway, this company made guns and they carried on into the 80s. They made this one's the professionals TV programmes gun. And Buddy and Doyle there. And Roger Moore, they even made a space gun for the film Moonraker. And that was a pretty cool gun, looking at it. Anyway, off we go. We're going to be drilling this open first. Just drilling the rivet head off there. Just take it easy so you don't catch the base. Here's what I'm saying. And we'll do the back one. And yeah, it's quite a nice little car. Some don't like these, some do. They don't quite have the finesse of Corgi. And I think they were a bit better than Dinky, to be honest. Or in some cases they were. They certainly had Corgi's idea of the, as you can see, the vacuum printed, vac formed interior. The windows looking a bit ropey, and later on I managed to break it. So I sourced a new one from Steve Flowers at Model Supplies. And it had been stood on and broken anyway, but I like the white tyres on these, they'll get scrubbed. Later I don't show me scrubbing them. All I do to the wheels is scrub them up with some soap and a firm toothbrush. Here I'm drilling down the post, and I use a 1.7mm drill bit to take it up to a 2mm tap. And there the drill's stuck. I'll be tightening it up, but there we go, we're off again. And I've put some grease in it now. I put a little bit of silicone grease in it. Once you finish drilling, if you use silicone greases or oils, I mean, it's going to have paint stripped in boiling water, so that'll strip the oils off. But if you do it after you've stripped the paint, make sure you give it a good hot wash off to get rid of the silicone oil on it, because the paint will just blister over where, well, micropore, blister, whatever you call it, where the grease has been. And there it's being tapped out with an M2 tap, up to 2mm screw thread for the small screws that go in. Well, M2 screws. I suppose you call them M2 round-headed screws. But some people can use use the ones for Allen keys, the octagonal headed shaped ones for Allen keys. It's either or, your personal preference. Some will drill the posts out a bit bigger and use the rivets that you glue in, or I have some rivets that you hammer in. They're an interference fit, and as you hammer them they spin round, and the average is going down them that spiral, so they not only go in, they spin as they go in as well, so it locks them in when you hammer them in. Anyway, enough. We'll go back, but the Corvair was an unusual American car that had a rear engine, and don't quote me on this, it may or may not have been cool. I've not looked it up. I ain't gonna lie about this. I haven't researched. I'm just using what I know about it. It was a very unusual car. I suppose it was America's Hillman Imp, because you can see the boot louvers there for her to get to the engine. Well, boot loop, is it a bonnet? Is it a bonnet because the engine's under there, or is it a boot? I don't know. One of life's mysteries. Call it what you want to, it's the engine bay, isn't it? Whatever. Anyway, I've got sick of forever standing on micro bits of rotary wire wheel stuff, and I've got a wire brush there, as could be seen off Temu, and I'm using these Scotch Brite ones. I thought enough of giving myself pain. They worked well, but they were out quick. Roughly speaking, I think you get one car out of each wheel. And there, I've just wiped clean anything that would be on it, but it's a windscreen from Model Supplies. And I didn't include painting. I did film it, but it weren't focused or framed enough, so I binned it. Anyway, here we're taking out the screws I had in for painting it, and we'll put some new ones in. Some nice shiny new ones. And here I'm putting we've already put the beacon in, putting the window in. And I'm putting the steering wheel in. Put a little bit of super glue on it at the reverse side, and then I sprayed with zip kicker, and it was broken. It broke, so I've put a little bit of super glue to hold it and sprayed with zip kicker again. And there I'm putting it together. I put super glue on it and spray zip kicker on again to hold it all in position. It was a very fragile interior. And here we're putting bumpers on, because they have plastic clipping bumpers, these. And here I'm putting the wheels back in. It's a bit awkward. There, I've stuck a pair of scissors underneath to lift the spring clip up and put the wheels back on underneath. And there's some new washers, and anyway, it's back together. I'm using a little bit of Tamiya clear red. I'm dipping them on with my Timu dabbers. Fantastic idea, these little Timu dabbers. About a pack of 100 for a couple of quid or something. And anyway, here's what we finished up with. A lovely looking Chevrolet Corvair. I screwed up the decals and they were too thin and they curled up and everything. So I just bend it. We know it's a fire chief's car, don't we? Anyway, again, Happy New Year and Tatty Pie, and thank you for watching. Tatty Pie, everybody. Tatty Pie.